G'day and welcome back to Dante's Domain. Now this is a video that I'm super excited to make to start the year. Last year, 2019 Dante's Domain, we made a little video, one of our first videos in fact, where I did a little kind of summary on my current secret rare collection at the time. Now, in that video, there was only about, I think it was 5 or something secret rares that we actually took a look at. But to be fair to 2019 Dante, it was earlier times, earlier sets, there weren't as many secret rares to kind of have the option to even look at. However, today's video, I figured we'll start the year with something a little bit more special, and we're going to take a look at my current special rare collection. So there's not going to be all of my special rare cards in this video today. However, we're going to take a look at a good portion of the special rares available. We've got the signature cards in the background, which I thought would be a really nice inclusion. We'll save those for last because I figured that'll be a spicy way to finish the video. But we're going to have a look at kind of the cards that I've got set aside to grade at some point this year. So there's quite a few there, and without further ado, I think we just get started and dive straight into it. So on the front here, we've got the 4 special rares from set number 1, Galactic Battle. So in set number 1, there was only 4 special rares kind of as the peak rarity available. So there was no secret rare band. I was kind of getting used to it. I'm testing the rarities and the design of the cards at the time. So we have on the front here Lightning Fast Hit, which is a pretty nice card, but there is some really beautiful design and artwork on some recent hit cards. So this really kind of knocks it down in my opinion. So good first attempts, but it's always good to see how much they've improved in what they do. Now this next one, this is actually my favourite special rare from Galactic Battle. It's the Golden Frieza Resurrected Terror, and it's got a really nice balance of kind of the design of the Golden Frieza, really beautiful colour palette used in the background, and the card just blends together to pop really nicely in my opinion. The third card we'll take a look at is Broly the Rampaging Horror. Now this card was a little bit harder to get hands on, I believe, because it tends to be the most valued card in the set currently. And then the final card is going to be the God Break Son Goku, which is a little bit boring in its design. It's got the kind of gold coming off of the Ki Blast there, but it is probably one of the blandest special rares that you're going to come across in the whole card game. Now, we'll get into Union Force, set number 2. It's pretty cool here. We've got the Infinite Force Fuse Zamasu card, and then we've got Perfect Force Cell. So Perfect Force Cell, a little bit like that God Break Son Goku. It's a little bit bland in its design, but it is still a pretty cool special rare, especially for the longest time is the only special rare Cell. Before, I think there's one coming in set number 9, Universal Onslaught. Forgive me if I'm wrong there. And so our next card is going to be the most golden card you'll ever see. It's like there was, I don't know, something went wrong in like the ring making factory and they just had all of the gold splash over a piece of cardboard, and Bandai just snuck in with their bandanas and was like, oh, let's ship this out in Union Force. So that's the story of Metacooler Core Freeze, not Freezer, the cooler there. However, this is actually one of my favourite special rares, and I said a couple of them have been a little bit bland so far, but this one actually really benefits from the simplicity because the design for the Super Saiyan Vegeta is really cool in itself, and having that kind of sky background from when he fought Super Buu and the use of the colour palette there is just sensational. Really rate that special rare Repeated Force Vegito. We'll come across next, we've got Few Shrouded in Mystery from Crossworlds set number 3, and it was really cool to have some inclusion of Few and some of the Dragon Ball Heroes characters as well, just because the Dragon Ball universe has become so large through kind of games, expansions, and all of this other stuff as well, that it was really nice that they capitalised on it, and I think that is a pretty cool card. We've got Ultra Instinct signed Son Goku. I love the design on Ultra Instinct sign. I actually prefer it to kind of the Mastered Ultra Instinct. I think it looks sensational, especially kind of the aura and all of the colours associated with him. And the design of his movements is really cool as well. So, big fan of that card, even though we have gotten some even nicer Son Goku Ultra Instinct cards since. We've got the Explosive Spirit Son Goku, which is, once again, a little bit simple in its design, but another instance like that Repeated Force Vegito, where I think the simplicity really enhances the card. we've got Hyper Rush Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta here, where you've got a lot of golden trim around the character model and within the character model as well. Not too much else going on. You've got pretty cool colour palette in the background there. Not my favourite special rare, but definitely not my least favourite special rare. So for some reason we're just skipping to set number 5 now. I believe I've got the Colossal Warfare special rares in here somewhere, so we'll deal with that bridge when we come to it. We've got Twin Onslaught Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku, and big fan of the Super Saiyan 4 design. And we have been blessed with some really nice looking Super Saiyan 4 special rare cards recently. So more of that please, Bandai. We've got the Ghost Rampage Super Saiyan Gotenks here. So some more cards from set number 5 Miraculous Revival. Now you can see in the background they've kind of changed the special rare design quite drastically heading into set number 5. So you've got the kind of central character in the foreground, and then you've got some more design in the background. So for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, it was just like the silhouette of the Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the background. However, something really clever and creative here. For the Gotenks, you've got the Kamikaze Ghost in the background, which I think is really creative, and it looks really cool. So big fan of that Super Saiyan Gotenks card. A little bit of a missed opportunity that we don't have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks for this card, but I reckon that they're saving it for something a little bit bigger, a little bit spicier later on. We'll come across the Yamcha at 100%, where once again you've got the Yamcha character silhouette in the background, and I actually really big fan of that card doing the old wolf fang fist there. I think this is really cool to see Yamcha get a little bit of love. We've got King Piccolo Terror Unleashed here, where you've got the evil King Piccolo there in the background, which is really cool. So they've done a good job with those special rares in Miraculous Revival. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta testing his limit. Once again, very cool. Here we go, here's our Colossal Warfare special rares. We've got the Triple Flash Super Saiyan 4 Goku here, where I'm a really big fan of this card. They have probably done some better Super Saiyan 4 variants since, but this was one of the first ones where I was like, oh, I just need to get my hands on that. Really think it's a good use of colours and makes the most of kind of the Super Saiyan 4 design there. Okay, Temporal Darkness Demigra. Haven't got too much to say about this card. It is dirt cheap. Not many people want it. In fairness, it's not the ugliest card you ever see. Like, the colours on it are pretty cool. It's just, it is what it is. It is a Demigra special rare, and it was not what people were hoping for. We've got Height of Mastery Son Goku here, which is really cool use of colours. You've got the Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku now, which was one of the first Mastered Ultra Instinct cards which we got, and sees a bit of play even to this day as well, which is really nice. Kami's Power Piccolo is next, and once again, simple design, but makes the most of the simplicity there. And we've got a few cards from the World Martial Arts Tournament here. These are just the ones that I was planning on getting potentially graded. I'll do a little bit of review on the quality, and then potentially send them off. But yeah, the rest of my World Martial Arts cards are stored away in my binder at the moment. So here we've got Pan Proudest Daughter, which I just opened in a recent video and thought, may as well chuck it in a card saver to get ready for submission. And it is a pretty cute little card to have Pan there with old Mr. Satan there as the paired variation. However, for everything wrong with World Martial Arts Tournament and the set, they did two things right, and these are the two things they did right. You've got the the Supreme Showdown Vegeta and the Supreme Showdown Son Goku. So the colours, use of colours, kind of the pose and everything about this pairing of cards just works. So I've got these here. I'm really hoping to be able to get a PSA 10 version of each of these, because these are sensational looking special rares. I'm really a big fan of them. And that is the thing that World Martial Arts Tournament get right. So hopefully they can balance the rarity a little bit more, have a few more commons, uncommons, etc. to make the set a little bit larger, and really capitalise on the things they did right on that World Tournament set instead of the things that kind of weren't as strong. So we'll get into the second pile now. On the front, we've got some Clash of Fates special rares. We've got the Tenacious Spirit Son Gohan. So you can see here on Clash of Fates, once again they did something a little bit different, and this something different was having quotes on the cards, on the special rare cards. And when I opened this set, when I first got my hands on Clash of Fates, I'm going to admit I wasn't the biggest fan. I was a little bit like, oh, they look a little bit tacky or whatever. And then, I don't know, 2019 Dante, he was off the show. He did not know what was going on. 2020 Dante really actually likes the quotes, probably because they are something a little bit different. And I think they've aged really well in how they look. So you've got kind of, they almost look like a super rare background with a little bit more gold, with a little bit more kind of pizzazz, a little bit more spice to it. But then the quotes really enhance the quality of the card. So there was Gohan, you've got Piccolo fused with Nail. You've got one of my favourite special rares, if not my favourite special rare. A bit hard to say what the favourite will be, but you've got Final Showdown Son Goku. It's over Frieza. Awesome moment from the show, awesome moment from the manga, awesome moment in Dragon Ball, and it looks sensational. Really good quote that it's over Frieza, and just an iconic moment overall. Got Tora's red armband there with the little good luck. We've got our boy, we've got Ginyu, Captain Ginyu, body change Ginyu, with just the big change quote. Keep it short and simple, Ginyu. We've got Final Showdown Frieza with It Hurt, and yep, I bet it did Frieza. I bet cutting in half hurt like. We'll keep it PG here. We will not finish that quote. So we've got Final Strike Bardock. Here have it, which is pretty cool. And we'll get into some Destroy Kings next. Set number 6, Super Shenron, the Ultimate Wishmaker, where it follows on from the Miraculous Revival trend of some silhouettes in the background with that black background and a little bit of gold trim. We've got Broly Limits Transcended. We've got the Prodigious Absorption Majin Buu. And I love these two Majin Buu special rares we got in this set, because it really makes the most in a creative way of the background. You've got a really cool looking Super Buu there, and then you've got the Gotenks silhouette in the background after it's that Gotenks absorbed Majin Buu. And then same thing here, you've got the Ultimate Absorption Majin Buu with that Gohan silhouette in the background. And big fan of Ultimate Gohan, so sad to see him in the background there. Hopefully we can get some Ultimate Gohan special rares or secret rares one day. Here's Dante's biggest request. Next, we've got the Golden Frieza Indomitable Emperor, which is like the most boring use of this special rare design that I've seen. Just because the design and kind of how they've chosen to draw Frieza here, very simple. So it's just like his muscle tone outline and his facial features there, without much else to give the card like that extra little bit of detail. So it just ends up looking very plain. Not that it's bad, but it just doesn't stand out as much as some of the others. Next, we've got our arch nemesis here on Dante's Domain. We've got Bojack the Plunderer. Now, if you're new to Dante's Domain and you don't know, this guy, Bojack the Plunderer, he opens all of our booster packs. He opens all of our booster boxes, takes out the special rares and the secret rares, reseals them, and has absolutely ruined my life these past couple of years. So one day we're going to have the ultimate showdown with Bojack the Plunderer. We're just going to do a little bit more training before one day we take that guy down. Next, we've got Finishing Blow Son Gohan. As the Gohan fanboy, obviously love this card. You've got the Goku silhouette in the background from the Bojack movie, where Goku was in the other world and kind of just looking after his son Gohan there, which is really cool. We've got Paragus Rampage Trigger next. Broly the Supreme Berserker, which is a really cool card. And we've got Son Goku, The Adventure Begins. Next we get into the Assault of the Saiyans special rares, and I'm really do appreciate the artwork of the Assault of the Saiyans and Malicious Machinations special rares. We've got Hit Pride of Universe 6, and this is what I was talking about before. You've got a really nice looking hit card here. You've got Chomper and Vardos in the background, and yeah, amazing design, amazing use of colours. These cards look sensational. Fuse Zamasu, Divine Providence, so Goku Black and Zamasu chilling in the background. You've got the Meteoric Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, where, once again, nice and simple, Goku and Vegeta in the background, and just a beautiful multicoloured border there of the blue and yellow. Really work together nice. You've got the Son Gohan and Son Goten familial bonds, where they do kind of the father and son's Kamehameha in the Broly second movie, whereas Gohan and then Goten and Trunks and even Videl fighting off against Broly when he came to Earth. You've got the dependable brother Son Gohan here, which is pretty much the same card. They didn't change too much apart from replace Goku with Trunks there. Kaioken Son Goku, defender of the Earth, with Gohan and Krillin in the background. And now we've got some set number 8 special rares. Android 21 Violent Predator, which looks really, really nice. Apologies, had the camera cut out there for a second. So we got Absolute Release Ball. So it is just a counterplay card, but I think this artwork looks sensational. Like the gold title for the Absolute Release Ball, the design on Android 21 there, the use of colors, I think it is really, really cool. And I hope to see a bit more of this from Bandai as well. Some really creative special rares. And to be fair to them, they have done a really kind of good job at being creative for their special rares so far. Next, we've got Hatchiyak, Fueled by Hatred. Haven't got much to say about old Hatchiyak there. Sorry, mate. Sorry, pal. Android 16, Energy Amplification, which I think is really cool, having the different poses of good old Android 16 there. And we will finish off this before diving into the signature stuff with Android 18, Speedy Substitution, which I think is, once again, a really, really nice special rare. So, let's grab these signature cards from the background. We'll pop Beerus at the front, so we'll get that one out of the way. And then we'll get the Assault of the Saiyans ones over there. So here we have Beerus. We've got Beerus Universe 7 Divine Vanquisher, which is really cool. Awesome purple background, and one of the things that really stood out to me when I kind of first got my hands on these tournament power signatures is how nice the foiling and that background does look. So big fan of that one. Now, my personal favourite one from, actually a little bit controversial to say for me at least, my favourite artwork design on the Tournament of Power signature cards is this Son Goku Hope of Universe 7. I think it's a really, really cool pose for Goku. You've got Sean Jamel's signature on it, and I think the green and like that silvery border actually just makes the card look beautiful. So hopefully when I send this one off, one of my main goals is to be able to get this card in Gem Mint PSA 10. So fingers crossed, here's hoping. Our next card is going to be the Universe 7 Prince Vegeta, or Universe 7 Saiyan Prince Vegeta rather. And you've got Christopher Sabat's signature on it. Really cool. He's kind of sticking his hand out like he's about to blow you up with an awesome Ki Blast. And I think it is really, really cool. Now, the other one, Frieza Emperor of Universe 7, Love and Laughed Always. Now that line on that signature there just really stands out to me. I think it's awesome having kind of your golden Frieza, the biggest bad of the show, and Love and Laughter Always is kind of the quote to it. I just think it's really kind of charming to have, kind of brings you back to reality. It's like there's a voice actor behind the character. It's a series that's had such an impact on so many lives, and kind of, I know it was a big part in like my growth growing up as a kid. Taught me lots of good values like working hard, training, trying to improve myself, the importance of like family, friends and so on. So kind of that one quote just really stands out. So really, really big fan of that Frieza. Next, we've got the Meteoric Energy Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, which is really awesome because you've got double the signatures on this one because it's a fusion. So you've got Sean Jamel and Christopher Sabat's signature on it. And this card looks beautiful. So it's multicolored. So you've got the blue and the gold border there, which is really nice. Next is the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, Memories of the Past. And I think that foil background looks really nice, and big fan of Future Trunks. I think he's a really, really cool character. Even if the Goku Black arc was a little bit up and down. I mean, the ups of the Goku Black arc are just massive ups. There's some really, really good stuff in that. Next, we've got Matthew Mercer. We've got the signature there. We've got Hit, Pride of Universe 6. And big fan of Hit as a character. I'm really hoping that when we get Dragon Ball Super returning, that we get to see a little bit more character development in some of these major characters. Like Tournament of Power and lots of the stuff's really cool. But the strength of Dragon Ball for me isn't so much about the fighting and the action, but it's kind of the reasons for that fighting and the growth of everyone as they participate in it. So hopefully we get a little bit more there. And we will finish with my boy, my dependable brother, Son Gohan, with Carl Herbert's signature on it. Really, really big fan of this card. It was the first Solar Saiyan signature card that I got because I had terrible luck opening it up. Got like no signature cards and no secret rares from like 3.5 boxes or something. So nice one, 2019 Dante. Hopefully we can send that luck around this year. But yeah, I pretty much just went out and just like bought a copy of it, and here it is. So dependable brother Son Gohan. So yeah, that's a look through kind of a good chunk of my current special rare collection. Got the complete lot of the signature cards. So hopefully can send these off sometime soon, and hopefully can track down some PSA 10 Gem Mint signature cards. But yes, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this late in the video, you had a bit of fun, then please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps out, and you can see more videos here at Dante's Domain. Other than that, I hope to see you next time here on Dante's Domain. Farewell.